Hi everyone, this is Lavina here, and in this video I'm going to do some intuitive reading and some channeling for you. And the intention behind creating this space for both me and for you is that time of the day where we can just like together slow down and get some messages for us that are for our highest good in this moment. Yeah, so these are timeless reading. I don't know, I feel like saying that these are timeless readings, and whenever you come across this video, this message will be valid for you. And the vision that I got for this reading was a part of you trying to get some freedom, and then I was also shown like how will you get the freedom. But then I asked, okay, like what, like in which area of the life like you are looking for this freedom. And what I was shown was how, like in my practical life, do I really feel free to actually love whatever is going on, like whatever sudden changes or whatever things that are going on in my life that I just want to like run away from. Like how do I love those situations? So like who I was connecting to was like a part of you that has a deep knowing that yes, like it'll be amazing if they can like fall madly and deeply in love with whatever is happening with you right now, even that situation like that is not pleasant to experience. But you know that each and everything that is happening in your life, the ups and downs that you're going through your life, they are for you, not to you. So this part is really trying to get freedom in knowing that. And the guidance that I received that how this part is going to get the freedom is so there were like a couple of things that came up. So I'm just trying to think, okay, like how do I present all of those things to you? So the overall general guidance was letting go of control. And it's again like really general, right? Okay, I need to let go of control so I can like fly really high like a kite and I have like all this freedom. But how do I like let go of control? And so I had all these questions that were coming up while having conversation, this part of you intuitively. And what really like the whole guidance that came up is taking one step at a time. So we don't have to know like the whole 10 step in order to reach towards a goal. Only thing that we need to do is knowing what the next step is. So in order to reap the benefits or see the benefits of all the work that you are doing in your life right now, to see all the benefits in the physical life and feeling assured and being in that appreciation that yes, like I'm really appreciating myself for all the work that I've done so far, like being in that energy of appreciation. All you need to do is just know the first next step. You don't have to know like the whole next 10 steps to act towards your goal that will lead you to your goal. And how do we actually know that first step, right? So whenever we are in a situation, we have like a lot of different parts of us trying to surface within that situation. So for example, if you are in this situation where you really want freedom of like loving whatever you are going through as is, then so there's a part of you that really wants to have this freedom. There's also a part of you that already has like some kind of opinion on the situation, which is like it's not pleasant and it's something that like you are really you're not really enjoying going through. So like there's that part as well. And it's not that that part is invalid, like that part is really valid based on the experiences it's going through in the situation. So we are really seeing, and so in this moment what's happening is like, so in every moment we let like different parts of ourselves to like shine really bright. And in this moment what's really happening is you are just letting this part of you that really doesn't feel like, has like a lot of unpleasant feelings about the situation, really shine. At the same time, there's like another part of you that is really curious on, okay, like how can I, like I have this knowing, like this part of me knows that there's like a part of me that knows that it'll be amazing if I can like love whatever situation I'm in, because I know that when I was planning this lifetime, I actually planned this to go through this so that I can like learn this, or so that I can experience this in this situation. So I know all of that. So I'm really curious, like this part of you, like there's another part of you, the third part, which is like really curious on how can I fall madly and deeply in love with like whatever situation I'm in. So all we have to do, like the only first step that we need to do here in this moment is let that part of us that's really curious shine, right? So and it's like we have the personal power to allow like whatever part we want to like really allow like shine in every moment. Like we have that personal power, so all we have to do is let our curiosity surface. And probably there must be like, so like another part might come up, like the fourth part, which might say, oh, the last time when I was in childhood, when I was curious, like this happened, and like I felt really unsafe in that situation. So like that part might come up as well, and then you just like have this beautiful conversation and the connection with that part of yourself, that hey, I know like in childhood probably like this happened, or last time when you got curious, like you felt really unsafe, but I just want to let you know that it was like that moment, and this moment is brand new, this experience is brand new, and we are like all of us here together, like all different parts of us, and we are like supporting each other, and we are supported. Like there's a lot of support in the collective right now, from like we are connecting to our soul tribe, which is here to support us. We have like all these different parts of us that is here to support. We have the other beings on the other side that is here to support. So all we need to do is like consider this moment like as a brand new moment, and just get curious. So just let the part of us that is curious to shine. So it's all about having this like beautiful conversation, and just becoming really aware of, okay, like what are different parts of me that are trying to surface, and I want to let each of those part of me know that, hey, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, and I know you're valid. I know like, I'm sorry I didn't see you earlier, but I just want to let you know that I love you as you are. I love this statement, like it just makes such a big difference. I love you as you are, and let's allow this part of us which is really curious about the situation to like surface. Yeah, so that's like the first step, right? We just need to allow our curiosity to surface. Okay, like how can I know that I'm experiencing this, but how can I, like I'm really curious, like I want to know, like the universe, like my guides, my soul tribe, like please let me know whichever way you can, like how can I fall madly and deeply in love with the situation that I already, like when I planned my lifetime, I wanted, like I planted this thing in my life, but now like being in this physical body, like because of all the circumstances and all the experiences that I've had so far, it seems like really unpleasant, but I know it's happening for me. So how can I, so just like get curious and be in this conversation with all the energies that are around. So yeah, so that will be the first part. And the other part that I was shown was, so once we get curious, how are we gonna get the messages, right? And so the only way that we get the messages is when our mind is really quiet. And I know it's easier said than done, and like there's like the best way to or like the best or the most popular way to quiet our mind is to go into meditation, which is probably like I'm someone who actually is not so much into like just quieting my mind and observing my thoughts and just for like 5 minutes sitting in the quiet and being in the meditation. It's not me, like it doesn't bring me that much joy. So there are like other different ways that I try to quiet my mind, and those different ways are simply, so let's say if you're walking somewhere, right, like you just rest your awareness, keep your awareness in your feet, and it doesn't mean that you are like thinking something of your feet or anything. Like all you do is just like feeling how your feet is feeling while walking, while being in the shoes. So so that's like one way. And the other way could be, so when you are doing like really mundane things in the daytime, right, for example, let's say if I'm just like washing my dishes or putting the dishes in the dishwasher, or like sweeping or cleaning my house or arranging my books or arranging my cards or whatever, like these mundane things that we do like every day, which we always do, where we do not really need to use our mind a lot, and we are just like doing those things. Then what we can do is, like while we are doing those things, we can always we are like our mind is really quiet in those moments, because the mind is occupied in doing like these things, right, like these things which are really easy to do, it knows how to do, so it's like kind of involved. So we can always kind of in those moments start noticing the messages that we are getting. Like it's in those moments of quiet when our mind is busy in doing those things, like in physical reality, it's involved, it's doing something, so it's not like thinking, so it's like involved in doing something. Then you will notice, if you haven't noticed earlier, you will start getting some downloads in those moments. So if you start becoming like really present in those mundane moments, whereas for example, like if you're washing your dishes, then the water is falling on your hand and you're like just feeling the water falling on your hands, and or like whatever you're washing with, or the foam that's being created, or for example you are cleaning your books, and you have the cloth and you're feeling the cloth, or there's dust, so you are like observing, like you're basically cleaning the dust and everything. So when our mind is occupied in these things, you will notice, like, just be really just be curious and really present in whatever you are doing, and feel it through like your senses, which is like you are seeing the water falling, or you are hearing the water falling, or you are experiencing the cloth that you have in your hand, the touch, and or you are smelling something in those moments, even if it's like dust or something or whatever. If you can like really involve all your physical senses, and your mind is involved already in doing that stuff, then you will notice that you will start receiving the downloads, because that is the time when mind is really quiet, because it has something to do, and like it's not allowed to think something because it needs to do something, otherwise it will mess up doing washing dishes or something. So yeah, so these like are a couple of ways that you can really use. So the first thing is that we just become curious, and we become curious like when I feel like how like this energy of curiosity. Like I think of my daughter, right? She's 4 now, but the moment she was born, she was new into this world, and she was just like learning, okay, what this world is all about, and she didn't have any like preconceived ideas on like what this is about. She was just like really curious, and like, oh my god, like what is this, like this phone, like what is this, who is this person talking in this phone, like if I was watching a video. So she would get like really curious, like I really want to know what this is. So like that kind of curiosity, if we can embody, and then we can like utilize those mundane moments in our lives, or the time when we are like just walking, because our mind is involved in those things and it's quiet, and we can just like absorb like all the messages that like our guide team is like, oh, that's her mind is quiet, let's just like send like these messages to her for highest good. So yeah, so these are the certain ways. So we are letting go of control over this is the only way we think about this particular experience that we are going through. And what we are doing is really allowing our other parts to surface, the parts that we have unconsciously suppressed, that we were not aware of. And just like know that all of these parts are valid, and providing loving acceptance to all of these parts of ourselves, and then moving together, and having the personal power to allow, which we all have, to, okay, I want this part of me to shine in this moment, and then utilize. So what this will do is like, so in those quiet moments, you will receive what your next step is: to fall madly and deeply in with love yourself. Or, and that again, like let's say when you hear that answer and you're like, oh my god, like no, like I'm not doing that, you might have some resistance towards it. And then again, you see that part of you which already has opinion about what guidance you're receiving, and then you just say to that part of you that, hey, I just want to park you for a couple of minutes, or I just want to park you for a couple of days, and I just let my part of the part of me that's really curious about this thing to surface and shine. And then we keep allowing ourselves to become curious until we actually fall deeply and madly in love with that situation that we are in. So it doesn't have to be, okay, you have to know this is a step, but you can, because we have like a lot of support available in this moment. And this can be a beautiful exercise for us to connect with our inner wisdom as well, which is through curiosity and through quieting our mind. And also we are loving like each and every part of ourselves. So the more we fall in love with ourselves, the more each and every part of us feels seen, the more intuitive insights become available to us as well.